Howdy, it's Jim Murado, and this is early December 2024. We're driving to, and we're driving through Lynch, Kentucky. I think this was my first trip here, and man, we picked the wrong day to do this. It was a snowy day on the way down, very wet everywhere we went, and I like taking a back roads way anywhere I go. So, what should have normally been a few hour drive, we added probably 30, 45 minutes onto that. So, I learned my lesson though. Anyway, Lynch is just a cool town. It's got a certain beauty to it, and of course, it's forever linked to coal mines. We went here specifically to see the Portal 31 exhibition coal mine. You take one of those little tram cars through it, and of course, there's all sorts of ruins and old buildings related to the industry that used to be here, which is fascinating in its own right. And of course, there is a museum down the road from here, but we were mainly going to Portal 31 to take the tour. We got there right when they opened, and the fella who runs it was not there. He showed up after a few minutes, though. He was fixing something. Of course, it is a real... Yeah, there it is right there on the right. Portal 31. That's where you go in. Of course, you buy your ticket here at the gift shop. But the guy that ran it, I believe Nick is his name. Very friendly fellow, and he was working on fixing, I think, a water pump maybe. And he just very politely asked us to come back in an hour, and he would give us a tour, which we did, and that was a lot of fun. We went over to the Lamplight Cafe right across the street and had a very nice breakfast. Probably one of the nicest breakfast burritos I've had in my life. They also had some incredible coffee. There's an old train station over here that's, I believe, some sort of a visitor center. It was closed on the day we were there. I believe it's seasonal, but that's okay. And again, lots of old buildings relating to the coal industry that used to be here. Nick did tell us he's had several kind of ghostly encounters at the coal mine, and he has been used as a source for at least a couple of ghost books written about this area, and I need to research that some more. Lots of strange giant snakes and Bigfoot and that kind of stuff reported through this area, and just a very fascinating history. Cool old train on display. Love that kind of stuff. They've got the coal mining history, they've got the trains, and it's just very stereotypical Eastern Kentucky. Beautiful mountains, friendly people. We talked to several locals on this trip, and several were into ministry, which I thought was interesting. In fact, the Lamplight Cafe right up there, it's built over a creek, which is really cool and unique. And that place itself serves as some sort of a ministry to the area, and very sweet people were working there. I believe they're volunteers, for what that's worth. Check it out, though, right there. The creek goes underneath it, and there's the coffee shop / restaurant that has been there since the 1930s. It used to be a little lunch counter type place for the miners when they got off work. They could go in there, and I want to say they served mostly chili and hot dogs. I could be wrong, but it was a very popular place with the miners. And again, kind of taking a look at the area from... we saw some of this earlier on our way in, and we're looking at some of it again on our way out. And the Portal 31 mine tour, really enjoyed it. Think kind of an old school dark ride kind of thing. You're sort of on a roller coaster. It doesn't go up or down or anything like that, but you're kind of on a track going through the mine. And they had some animatronic miners and videos telling the story of the mines and what it was like. A lot of information about the work that a miner did, the unions, and the evolution of the mines from the 1930s on. This town was pretty much created by the mining companies. And of course, when the industry goes out of an area, that a lot of the money goes out, and poverty comes in, and that does happen in a lot of Kentucky towns, especially where mining was once a big thing and now it's not. Yeah, I believe here on the right, I think that might be the mining museum as you go out of Lynch a bit. Again, beautiful area. Hills, trees, water, kind of stuff I expect and enjoy when I'm driving around Kentucky on the weekends. But yeah, of course, the industry went out, and not a lot of employment opportunities in the area like there used to be. And speaking of Portal 31, I do know that there is another exhibition coal mine in West Virginia. I'm thinking maybe in Wheeling. I've been there and I can't think of the name at the moment, but it's kind of nice that we have one here in Kentucky too, and I really enjoyed that. I love going to show caves and places like that, and it's kind of cool that they have the old mine set up for tours. So anyway, yeah, that was my visit to Lynch. If you have any thoughts or any recommendations for when I go back, let me know. If you have any cool stories about some of the weirdness going on there at Black Mountain, drop me a note too. I'd appreciate that. Thanks.